is Tiffany's content taking you into the storm. That's right, we're looking at super violent Typhoon Bavi, and it is taking on Guam and the northern Mariana Islands. That is American soil, okay? It is an Air Force base over there, and it definitely took a toll on the resorts and the vacation areas over there, even homes and houses and cars, okay? It was a violent typhoon, and it still remains a super violent typhoon as it tries to travel its way out. This is footage of some of the damage that it left Guam and the northern Mariana Islands. It is still on the move on its way to Taiwan and possibly China. So let's take a look at the storm. You're going to see pole lines down, so you know that means power outages and people just assessing the damage. But look at how massive this is. It is huge, okay? We're talking 180 miles per hour. 901 pressure. My goodness, that's almost a category 6. But we were looking at a category 5 storm as it took a toll right through the islands in Guam. That is American soil. Air Force bases are there, vacation resorts, and definitely it damaged a lot of things, okay? We're looking at the super typhoon as it traveling through. You can see it the day before as it approaches, and you can see how massive that wingspan is. It is so huge. 16.5 meters. That's almost 54 feet high, okay? That is the wave height, okay? Wave height, 54 feet high. That is massive and tall and strong, okay? A person can be swallowed in that massive storm. The wind was so strong, as you saw in the earlier footages, but just take a look at how huge it is against those tiny islands, it looks like, and land up against this massive storm, and it took a toll right over the islands. Let's just take a moment to pray for everyone and look at this storm. Thank you. And you can see that it's still trying to go to Taiwan. That was yesterday's. I'm going to show you a little bit more of the path. They have a little bit more defined path, but you can see all the precipitation that it brought with it right along those islands. That's a lot, okay? That is blood damage for sure. Mudslides, okay? You're going to see on tropical tidbits just how huge and massive it is and was, okay? It's still making a move. And you can see how tropical tidbits is taking it right into China through almost the Shanghai area, okay? We're looking at this massive storm, and we can take a look at it again. You see how it just plumaged the islands, and look at how it's trying to go past the Philippines. Definitely take a toll on the Philippines, Taiwan, and through China, okay, as its final landfall. So we're going to keep our eyes on this massive humongous storm, okay? It is definitely wide, definitely long, big, and tall, okay? You're going to see as it tries to, you know, it's moving at 11 to 14 knots, but you're going to see that it's trying to pick up speed a little bit more as it reaches the Philippines, okay? So we're still keeping our eyes out on this massive storm. It's definitely caused a lot of damage in our American soil over there, and it's still going to remain a violent typhoon at 145. And when it ends, it's still going to be ending at 80 miles per hour wind. That's still a lot of wind, okay? We're talking massive wind, so make sure you're staying tuned to Tiffany's content. I'm going to keep you updated. It's Tiffany's content. Like, share, subscribe. Thank you.